Well. Looks like we have a little mishap here, don't we? Well, it's a good thing I waited a few days. Not intentionally, of course. Fortunately, things did happen along the way. But I'm back on schedule, and I'm gonna release this probably at the same time as I release the Grand Hero Battle video. So we'll see what happens with that. But hi, it's me, TGP. And I'm going to talk about the summer units that just came out. But before I talk about the summer units, I should talk about what happened previously. What I found to be very strange, but now it makes sense. So when the refinery weapons came out, there wasn't an auto update, in fact. And if you press the sheet and refresh, if your app was available to update, it didn't show up at all. I actually had to go to the page of Fire Emblem Heroes itself, and then I was able to update it manually from there. And then I got the update because when I was trying to record the video at first, it didn't hit me that it didn't update. So I was like, oh, well, I feel stupid recording for like a few minutes and not realizing that the refines weren't there. So that's when I found out the banners and whatnot. I mean, the update. But some people didn't think to update their game right away, or more than likely what happened was they didn't play the game on the day and they waited until like the banner came out. So the banner came out, the summer banner came out. However, it's still, some people still played it without the update. And apparently what happened was, because of the fact that they weren't updated, number one, I don't think the banner itself was available. I'm gonna do this I'm gonna research and post, but from what I heard, the banner itself was like X'd out and weird look. It didn't look like a banner because technically the image doesn't exist. And then secondly, should you summon one of these heroes, you get nothing. Absolutely nothing. And people are like, what's going on? What is this happening? And as it turns out, apparently they forgot to put in the auto update when the banner came out. I'm sorry, when the refines came out. So unfortunately, people seem to have, well, they didn't get their unit. So Intelligent Systems, of course, responds, and they said they were gonna look into the people who didn't get the unit. So I don't know whether or not it means they got the unit or they were just compensated with orbs. Who knows? But overall, we all ended up getting 10 orbs. And then there was also another mishap. Remember when they were showing off Summer Tiki's weapon? Honestly, looking at that weapon, it seemed really good, but there was one thing missing. Or at least, we thought was missing. The weapon itself, it has steady breath, and it gives +3 defense, which is phenomenal. And it's effective against dragons. That's really good. It's just lacking one thing. Or at least, I don't think it was lacking. It's more like, oh great, it has this. But it didn't have adaptive damage. If your range is 2, if they attack you and she can attack back, she is going to attack, she's going to affect the stat that is the lowest, which is defense or res. And since most mages are high res and low defense, she's going to instead attack your defense. And well, this just makes the weapon even more busted. Redonkulous. Thank goodness it can't be inherited. But I'll get to like the whole comment thing about that later. But they forgot to include that little small detail in the trailer, and so we got even more orbs from that. I think in total we got like 15 orbs from this whole thing. It's pretty funny actually. I low-key have a theory that for every single orb we get because of their fuck-ups, that's just an employee who got fired. Feels bad, man. Now onto these units themselves. The very first unit that they showed off is, well, quite an interesting one. because we now have the very first cavalry dagger unit, Lind, sporting a whopping 33 HP, 34 attack, 35 speed, 16 defense, and 26 res. Before I move on, I should also mention that this banner, there's a theme to this banner, clearly, because they have great attack, great speed, med defenses. That's literally the theme of this banner. And of course, this banner was also brought to you by the skill Desperation. Except for Tiki, of course. We'll get to her though. But you're gonna see the common thread here is about the same attack and speed, the same exact weapons. Of course, their might is according to their classes, and well, another common thing is they're all ranged. Very interesting indeed. In terms of super boons, she only has a super boon in res, but in terms of super banes, I mean, her only super bane is on defense. So even though defense seems the most optimal to remove, if you're really a stickler into those super banes, then well, I feel bad for you, son. Anyways, with her skills, she comes equipped with the Starfish Plus, which is literally Desperation, and of course it has its dagger staple ability. Inflicts 7 defense and res on the target and foes within space of 2 targets, so it's a pretty good dagger. And it's inheritable, which is also nice. And inheritable also means refinable. She comes with Ardent Sacrifice, which is something she had before in her base skill. And she comes with Brazen Attack Res, probably the most interesting skill of the bunch in her kit, because we have Attack Defense and now we have Attack Res. It's okay. I mean, it's not bad by any means, but honestly, it's the fact that we now have Brazen Attack Defense on such a common unit now. This doesn't seem to be that great. Honestly, well, I'll get into whether or not you should pull on this banner in a bit, but it's a cool party trick. Let's put it that way. And she also comes with Cancel Affinity, which of course nullifies Triangle of Depth or any other skills that any other skill or weapon that has to do with the Triangle Affinity triangle. So honestly, she seems fine. She's got pretty decent res, and her res being a super boon she can probably take a few res hits. She can't take a defense hit for her life, but it happens. And of course, she's got pretty good attack, pretty good speed, so that's nice. Up next is Summer Tiki, who is the black sheep of the bunch. She's actually very, very different in terms of her weapon and stats. I'm sorry, her weapon and skills, but she does come with 40 HP, 33 attack, 37 speed, 32 defense, and 26 res. Super boons, I don't think she has any, actually. Yep, she doesn't have any. And as for her super banes, she has super bane in res. She has a super bane in speed. So don't get a minus speed, or you're gonna cry a lot. Oh god. But anyways, the funniest fact about this unit is she is actually better than Legendary Robin, which is actually really funny. A lot of people made jokes. A lot of people were like, "Oh, she power crept a legendary hero." I wouldn't necessarily say that, because she is still a legendary hero after all. She's got the mighty Earth Blessing, which provides speed, so Summer Tiki can't do that. However, you give Summer Tiki Earth Blessing, that's a force reckon. Ugh. Scary. But anyways, her skills, of course, are Summer's Breath, effective against dragon foes, grants 3 defense, and if foe initiates combat, grants a special cooldown range per +1 per attack. And of course, the Forgotten line. If your range equals 2, she can attack or res or defense. She comes with the special Moonbow, which is it's alright. Cool, I guess. She comes with attack Death Bond 3. This is honestly the Summer's Breath is, and with this skill, it's trying to truly emulate Breath of Fog, but it's a good thing this part of the skill is not in her breath because, well, it is pretty good to have. It's not that important. Hit and Run, which is probably the oddest one, but it does kind of make sense since she is flying. And of course, the coolest part of her, Dragon Valor 3, which of course doubles SP to Dragonstone users. Which is nice because honestly, training some dragons is very annoying in my opinion. But hey, it's not the worst thing in the world. Overall, she's fantastic as a unit, and hella scary. But I mean, honestly, her only quote-unquote weakness or drawback is the fact that you have to either waste a seal space on Iote's shield, so she isn't weak to bows, or take the L and, well, you're weak to bows. Because that's one huge advantage that Legendary Robin has, and that's the fact that, well, she has her A skill, which makes her immune to flying effective hits. Up next we have the Pineapple on a Goose, or Turkey, Takumi. Joining his brother and sister in the Gobble Gobble family, he also sports a good attack, good speed stats, with his stats being 40 HP, 35 attack, 30 speed, 21 defense, and 19 res. And does he have any super boons? No, he does not actually. And does he have any super banes? He's got a super bane in HP, and yeah, that's HP. So I mean, that's like his best stat, so I wouldn't even want to minus that to begin with. So he comes with, of course, the Desperation Bow, or the Fishy Bow in this case. He comes with Glimmer, and he also comes with Fury. So that's not the worst thing in the world. And probably the weirdest skill is Odd Res Wave. Yeah, he has Odd Res Wave. I guess this to kind of help with the fact that his res is god awful, but I mean, just use a tactic skill. Why even? Why? Honestly, the only waves I would even use is odd attack and even speed. Odd res is just weird, especially on him. He's got way better C skills to boot. So, quite honestly, I mean, he's not bad. He's got even attack and speed, so you can go either way with him. That's pretty funny, actually. But of course, having pretty bad defenses. Yeah, just really, basically anything I said about Lind, you can just kind of convert it to him since he's a flying archer, which I always find funny because they're literally weak to themselves. But lastly, we have Summer Camilla. Oh boy. With a 35, again, same exact, the theme here. Respect the theme. She's got 39 HP, 33 attack, 36 speed, 23 defense, and 19 res. It almost feels like as if I've seen these stats before. It's just so gosh darn similar. And cool thing about her is she has the second highest speed. Yeah, she has the second highest speed, and Lind and Takumi both tie, but the lowest is 35 speed, so whoa. Does she have any super boons? No, she does not. Does she have any super banes? She's got super bane HP. Yeah, just HP. Okay. She comes with the wonderful, wonderful skill, Juicy Wave, which is literally a blue tome. Blue Tome Desperation. She comes with Chronic Aura, skill that she came with in her base. Death Blow 3, that's kind of interesting, I guess. I guess it's to make up for her lack of attack, which, okay, sure. Flyer Formation 3, which is alright. Could probably see a better skill, but honestly, I'm not trying to get too in-depth with these. And, of course, Hone Flyers. That's always a great skill. Always a great skill. And yeah, being a flying blue mage, I believe she also power creeps Corrin, but let's be honest here, they're both good in their own merit, so why not have both? Yeah, there's honestly, realistically speaking, there's not much to really say. I really can't expand too much on this, and honestly, this does turn into how I feel about this banner. To me, it is one hell of a bait banner if you don't care about these characters at all. Now, of course, if you have any attachments to these characters, like if you just want this character because they're your favorite, then of course you're going to go for this banner. But honestly, and if you're one who plays the meta, definitely for sure, you want to go for Summer Tiki, because a flying dragon, that is now officially the fastest dragon in officially the fastest flying dragon. I think she's also the fastest dragon, period. But yeah, she's really good. But honestly, if you're not one to really care about the meta and you really don't care about these weapons or the skills or any of that, this banner is definitely worth skipping. The skills themselves aren't really the greatest. Like, you can get some of these skills in other units. Honestly, having a Desperation weapon is a bit of a novelty, and the fact that they're in only ranged units, they did the smart thing, because imagine these in melee units, I'd be nuts, in my opinion, because flying units are, well, I wouldn't say flying units, I would say ranged units are limited into some skills that melee units can use. So, I mean, it's good on paper, but if you really put thought into it, they're not that great. And like I said, unless you have a personal attachment or you care about the meta, don't go for this banner. This banner's just very meh, honestly. And to be perfectly honest with you, I'm not gonna really delve into this banner much either. I don't care about Takumi, and as much as I would love to get a Lind, I'm not dipping to that colorless hell just to potentially get a Takumi. I do want a Summer Tiki, just one though. I'm not even going to bother wailing. My only wish is, if you're going to give me bad IVs, don't give me a minus speed. But I'm going to get a minus speed, so PogChamp for that. And Summer Camilla, well, she's the main one I'm going to go for two reasons. Reason number one is so I can finally play Titty Emblem. And reason number two, so I can literally have an excuse to say this. I got the juice, nigga! I got the juice! And yeah, that's about it, really. I really don't have very much to say about this banner. This banner is, it's not the worst banner, that's for sure, but, I mean, I enjoyed the previous summer banner more, simply because there's a lance there, and, you know, I like the lances. But infantry rush is also a really nice skill. I'm not really gonna get into those, but that banner itself. But honestly, this banner was probably a bit of a disappointment. I mean, it's a good thing we got Summer Camilla finally, because you know, now you get the entire family and then some. So cool. Yeah, I really don't have very much else to say. This is me, TGP, and I'm glad I was finally able to cover this and nothing else came up, so I can go back to editing Ground Hero battle videos and whatnot. Oh, for fuck's sake.